To start the stream. All right, welcome everybody to our second live stream. We are watching Manchester City versus FC Copenhagen today. You know that Manchester City are already 3-1 up. So I'm thinking today it should be, I'm going to predict 6-2 will be the overall score. 6-2. Let me know in the description box below and in the live chat what you think it will be. Score predictions, please. Adam, who do you think is going to win? Do you think Man City is going to win this?
No.
Who do you think is going to win?
Chelsea.
Chelsea? They're not even playing.
Yeah, Chelsea.
No, they're playing Copenhagen FC.
No, I'm on about the under 5.
Oh no, we're talking about this Champions League game. No, I think it's going to be a pretty good game, but I don't see Copenhagen coming back from this one. They're already 3 goals down. Yeah, good luck surviving that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be pretty tricky. Thank you for the likes on the video. Appreciate you. Says there's 0% of you say yes. Man City is going to reach 6 goals like Arsenal. So I'm just seeing if anyone's going to drop something there. Looks like we got Phil Foden starting out today. That's nice. Yeah, we're going to give the starting lineup soon. I'm just waiting for the people to come out. We've got Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. Looks like the fans are already booing. The hell? Already, huh? How come they're booing already? Uh, 67% of you say that Man City will reach 6 goals like Arsenal, and then 33% of you say maybe. All right. I think they will reach 6 goals. All right, so in goal we have Edison, left wing Guardiola, centre back Akanji. Next to him we have Ruben Diaz. Right back we have Rico Lewis. Right wing we've got Rodri. Left wing we've got Kovacic. Far left striking position, supporting striker we've got Nunes. We've got Alvarez in the centre, holding position. And then right we have Bob, and up front our lead man spearing the way is Erling Haaland. So a pretty good lineup. we're playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. So I think this is strong enough to beat this team to go through to the next. What is it? The quarterfinals next, Adam? Or is it the semis? I think it's the semis, isn't it? Where's Arsenal at right now in the Champions League? Arsenal are, well, they're 1-0 down to Porto for the Champions League. They're going to replay them again on the March 12th, which is next week. Yeah. Hey, Lola. Right, let's look at the Champions League standings. It's not showing. Oh, okay, here we go. There's only a couple of teams left. Dortmund, PSV, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, Barcelona, Napoli, Arsenal, Porto, Copenhagen and Man City, Real Madrid, RB Leipzig. You've got PSG versus Real Sociedad, and you've got Bayern Munich versus Lazio. No, oh yeah, and don't forget Barcelona and Napoli. Why you mentioned them? Okay. So there's not a lot of teams left in the Champions League.
The goalkeeper who's given the captain's armband in what is a mix of youth and experience. Three teenagers start the game, Claire Muscarson and Victor Froholt, who makes his Champions League debut. They are the first team to start a Champions League knockout game with three teenagers in the starting 11 since Ajax in 1996. City hope to finish the job that
Adam, I'm live right now.
Silva and Foden started in the second week of February against the Copenhagen side, who have lost 5 of their last 11 straight. The winter break.
They're going to thrash them. What do you think the score is going to be?
Tonight, 2,350 Copenhagen fans gathered in the city centre of Manchester this evening. Marched to the east side of Manchester,
get out of there.
in hope rather than expectation of pulling off a huge shot like this stadium has never seen before. 19 games unbeaten and in ominous form. Manchester City with a 2-goal advantage.
It's just my cat just jumping in my boxes.
And eyeing up a place in the quarterfinals.
Kick-off, here we go.
Paul Robinson, the former England goalkeeper, is with me. And Paul, it seems a forlorn task on paper, but how will Copenhagen attack it?
Well, it's a monumental task, and they've got to make history if they are to win tonight. They've never won away in Europe, in England. And the last time they were at the City of Manchester Stadium, only 2 years ago, it was 5-0. So they're playing against a team who are banging form at the moment. We saw them beat Manchester United at the weekend. They've not lost this calendar year. They're going on a fantastic run. The ability to be able to change the team up as the manager has done tonight, make 7 changes and still have such a strong look inside. And from Copenhagen's point of view, the amount of players they've actually got missing with a full strength squad, with a full strength starting 11, it was a big task, but it's been made a lot bigger by the players that they've got missing.
This is Manuel Akanji to Rodri. Those players that are missing tonight: Falk, Navarre, Klaassen, the captain, surely missed by Copenhagen.
Right now it's too early to tell if we're playing good. I mean, we are pushing the ball around pretty smoothly.
Champions League top scorer, and Klaassen very much a fulcrum of the team. It'll be hard to beat tonight, though. City will have the job of trying to break down a team that are well organised and
Lola.
can be very compact.
What is that?
With a back three and 2 wing backs this evening. This is Akanji. Rico
Hey,
Lewis.
Lola.
Kanji again.
All right. What is it? What's out there?
Rodri, the man who scored that all-important goal last May to win them the Champions League final against Inter. Guardiola's back in the team. It's good to see him playing again, isn't it, Paul? Bearing in mind he's been out for such a long time with injury. His first appearance with the group since the 5th of February because of an ankle problem.
He's had limited opportunities, hasn't he? He's been one of Pep Guardiola's few injuries, if you like. Quite ominous for the rest of the Premier League that Pep's got an almost fully fit squad to choose from apart from Jack
Where's Grealish at
this stage of the season.
Why not? Why are we not playing Grealish? We didn't play him last match either. He must be injured.
Of that Copenhagen backline. Looks like Dix is playing right in the very middle of it with Favreau to his right, McKenna to his left, and Yeller playing as the left wing back and Ankerson as the right wing back this evening. Chance for El Yunusi to look to escape. Feeds the ball to a
Adam, you think Jack Grealish is decent, or is he not?
Yeah, he's decent class.
Would you say he's like world class?
In that game in the Parken Stadium 3 weeks ago. Brilliant
Yeah, I
goal
would
from
say
Maatsen
so.
on his
I reckon.
debut.
I think he's
in
near
the
it.
Champions League for the club.
I don't think he's like up there world class. I think he's near it though. I think he's got a ton of potential to be like one of the top. Man City paid a lot of money for him, $100,000 for Jack Grealish.
They've conceded the most goals out of the top 3 that are in the title
But then,
race in England.
no, not 100,000. We paid 100 million, wasn't it? 100,000. That's dirt cheap.
We know the
Paid 100 million for
We
him.
know the attacking quality that they've got, but defensively, the
That's a
manager will be
lot. You
disappointed
think he's worth 100
in
million?
conceded.
Nah, I'd put it about 99. Yeah.
I don't even think he's worth that. I think he's probably worth like 60 mil.
Floating one up, looking for Matthias Nunez. This is Erling Haaland.
He's a decent player.
Chance for him to get involved tonight.
Yeah, he is.
Rico Lewis
Decent.
went for the return. Yeller tucked it away. It's out for.
Would I want him against
should be a
us?
corner. Scott McKenna, who signed on loan from Nottingham
No,
Forest
I don't think I
in the
would.
January transfer
If he is a
window.
threat. Yeah, I would rather him play for us than
Guardiola.
him play for like Aston Villa like he used to.
Manchester City beat Copenhagen 5-0 here last season, as Paul was saying. It is a fate that the Danes will be keen to avoid tonight. And the concession of an early
Julian
goal is
Alvarez
something
to take
that
the
they do not
corner.
want on the agenda.
Ball goes in.
Alvarez with the delivery into
Oh, it's a goal!
Smashed in by
Akanji
Akanji.
Scorcher, what a volley.
And that early goal,
Oh, bloody hell, what a goal.
just couldn't afford, has been conceded.
Brilliant, 4-1 up.
To the game.
Now our prediction is 6-1.
Akanji's
We're only 2
finish,
goals away from it.
and Manchester City have 1 foot and
No, it was 6-2, wasn't it?
the quarterfinal of the Champions
Was it
League.
6-1 or 6-2, Adam?
It's the start that Copenhagen certainly didn't want, and
What was our
Manchester City
prediction?
didn't want. At 3-1,
Score
you
prediction.
always felt that City needed a goal.
I think it was
And to get a
6-2.
goal this early on, it really
Anyway,
is a
we
big
got to
goal
score
for
6
Copenhagen.
to
It's so
match
easy yet
Arsenal.
again, it highlights the importance of set plays. Such a simple ball, and for
We got 4, we just need 2 more.
to do that at knee height, it's defensively it's awful. Copenhagen have got to defend that better. You can't
That's a
allow the ball to
brilliant
come
goal.
across at head height. And
Striked
Akanji
it.
has got
Top,
such
oh, middle of the
an
net,
easy
behind the
touch on
goalkeeper.
volley. It's a fantastic finish from him, and a great start for Manchester City and those fans.
Well, he was just far too strong. for
Manchester City
Akanji.
fans are well happy.
Akanji, who gets his 4th goal of the season. And it is an impressive finish for him.
Very
But
cool,
there will
very
be
cool.
inquest amongst the Copenhagen defence as to how he was allowed to wrap his body around Ankerson from that set piece with that ease.
It was a fantastic finish, take nothing away from Akanji. The quality of the volley and the quality of the finish, but the fact that he had so much space and the ability with the ball at that type of height was allowed to come all the way across the 6-yard box. Defensively, very, very poor. Interesting now to see what Copenhagen do. They will have set up with a game plan to stay tight. They will not want it to concede for the first 20 minutes. They'll break this game down into stages. That game plan's now gone out the window. So defensively, they have to come out even more, which will leave so many more holes for Manchester City.
It's fascinating to see how Jakob Nystrup's team react because, as you say, they
Feel pretty tired today, Adam. I might take a nap, to be honest with you, man.
to have a chance at an unlikely place in the quarterfinals, but they're also motivated by the need to improve the Danish coefficient.
Tired.
Goal either way.
Yeah, I feel pretty tired.
The head coach talked about yesterday. He had sort of pressure on his shoulders to ensure.
Appreciate the new subscribe, thank you.
Appear competitive in this game. Nunez trying to scurry forward. McKenna is across again. Akanji, the goal scorer, is Rico Lewis.
Got a little bit of Rico Lewis, Adam.
Well, it's amazing how Manchester City seamlessly make
Do you like Rico Lewis?
raft of changes, and the team looks unruffled. And
Rico
very smooth.
Lewis.
Who's that?
He's a new player for us. He came from the academy.
Changed the team up again this weekend against Manchester United,
Oh,
and he's
the
got the
one
ability
that
to do it again.
got
Touched on the
charged
fact that
the
he's got
drug
almost a
No,
full
that was Mason Greenwood, I
which is
think.
almost unheard of at this stage of the season, to have the quality that's available to Pep Guardiola.
They are in massively amazing form. No defeats since the Aston Villa game at the beginning of December. 19 matches unbeaten since then, and most of those have been wins. Just 2 draws in that time. Oddly, both of them in this stadium.
67% of you say that Man City will reach 6 goals like Arsenal.
Best. Talking about the home game against Brentford the other week. Chelsea here.
That's a decent amount of
Still got
people.
the job done eventually. Here is Oscar Ball, smashing his way through the Copenhagen defence and winning yet another corner. And Vavro had no
Appreciate your votes.
option than to block that effort.
Thank you very much.
But he's got so much time and space, Bob. It's a fantastic run from it. Nobody gets close enough. Ankerson drops off him. Yeller drops off him. Nobody gets close. The youngster has a fantastic run. Gets his strike away.
Alvarez with a second corner of the night. It's a hefty one towards the far post, and Rodri has hit the crossbar. Unmarked. Evading his marker. Here's Alvarez. Oh, he slipped from
It's another goal, Alvarez.
What's a mistake?
Oh, hand go.
Nope, it's in.
To be departing goalkeeper of
No, we're only
Copenhagen.
going to be under 5.
No, no, not under 5s.
Alvarez has doubled Manchester
That's another goal. Bloody hell, here we go.
It's the worst
Just
possible
one more goal needed to hit 6 goals.
Copenhagen absolutely crushed.
They just got destroyed.
City delighted.
Another set play. Such a simple set play. Rodri finds himself an absolutely acres of space around the far
We're
post.
annihilating him. This is unbelievable right now, Adam.
It's inexcusable. Alvarez, you can see what he's doing. He's just trying to whip that across the face of the goal. He actually probably gets it wrong.
Absolutely
Strikes it
scorcher of a
towards the
goal.
Goalkeeper lacks of concentration. Completely takes his eye off it. Slips through his hands.
How do you not stop
Inexcusable
that?
mistake.
Went through his hands,
It's
Adam.
a long, long way back for Copenhagen now.
Paul, you've been a goalkeeper.
It went right through his hand. He went to go save it and went,
International
"Blah."
tournaments, played for your country and played in the
Oh my
Champions
goodness.
League. You know what it's like.
Goalkeeper doesn't mind. Look at him.
What does
It's
that
like, I don't care.
particular moment feel like for
Oh my god, that's funny.
It's a terrible situation for a goalkeeper because it is inexcusable.
The goalkeeper doesn't care. You can
When
tell.
make the mistake as a goalkeeper, that's what happens.
He's a guy,
It's a
it's
mentality
whatever.
that you have to have now. You can't let that affect the rest of your game. But to make
Jesus.
such a basic error, if you like, you could give him that ball 100 times in training tomorrow, and that would never happen. It was just a lapse in concentration, switched off, and you struggle to put words to it because it's
What's the reason
inexcusable.
for it squirming through his hands? They're just not close
He just
enough.
said it's unexcusable, should never
The angle
happen.
of his hands, right? What is it?
The amount of training you do, the repetition in training you do, that comes naturally. That ball should have been food and drink for him. It's a lapse of concentration. It's maybe a little bit of technique. You look at it behind the goal. His hands weren't quite together. His hands did twist. But it's an inexcusable mistake that he probably won't ever make again.
Man City back in the counter-attack. Only 10 minutes in and we're 2-0 up / 4-0. So 6-0. Oh, we're 5-0 up.
Started.
And there's an injury. Is that Foden? No, Kovacic.
He has taken a little whack. I think he's winded. Edison trying to provide the attention that he needs. Pep Guardiola is out very quickly to try and organise his team should they have to make an emergency change. I think he'll be all right once he gets his faculties
I think they're making an injury sub right now. Kovacic seems like he's
What a difficult night it is for him.
hurting.
He's already brought a team to Manchester this season and made an impact.
Oh,
His team
get up,
got
you
the
wuss.
defeat to Manchester United at Old Trafford, when they missed a late penalty actually in that game.
You know what I
But
mean,
this
Adam?
is a very different type of place to come to, and if you make an error like that, you got no chance.
Well, these are both goals. This is the first goal from Akanji. The marking, yes, they're tight, but they don't get close enough. You can't allow a ball to go across the 6-yard box that simple. And then this is the second goal.
There's no marking at all. He just let him through.
You have to give him credit because he has. He's looked at the target. I mean, he's hit the goalkeeper and he should catch it. And he should make a save.
Alvarez with an amazing finish for his second goal.
But he'll know.
I think Pep's going to make a change. We got an injured player, Adam. Left wing, Kovacic, ex-Chelsea player. They paid like 46 million for him. He's all right. I'm on the fence with Kovacic. He's decent, but he's not like the best. Put Grealish on instead of him.
I mean, the Manchester City goals.
Put Grealish on, Pep, you're stubborn. Oh, I think Grealish might be injured. Then put Doku on. Why isn't Pep putting Doku on?
They're more worried about, they're never going to be it. They're more worried about the Premier League, aren't they?
Title rivals meet at Anfield.
Yeah, because they are playing like two of our academy players. So yeah, because we got Riku Lewis and Bob on, they're academy players. You know what I mean? They just came from the under-21s. And they're bench usually. So they are definitely resting some players for sure. We don't even have Kevin De Bruyne on. That just tells you everything. And it's because we're playing Liverpool next in the Premier League. Will we beat Liverpool in the Premier League? Yeah, I think we will. Will it be close? Yeah, it's going to be really close. I think we're going to win by 1 goal. I can't give you a goal. I can't give you a goal analysis. I'm not sure. I think just by 1, Adam. What do you think for Liverpool and City? It's another goal. Oh, nearly another one. You think Liverpool's going to win or City? Adam? You think it's going to be easy or difficult?
I don't know, it might be quite. It depends what team's going to be playing.
I think they're both going to be playing to win it. I don't think none of them are going to be defending. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be like I said, 1 goal separating the team. I think we'll win by 1. Well, we've got Brazilian, we've got Edison. They've got that German guy, Brucker. So I would probably say Edison's slightly better. He's a little bit highly rated, you know. I think Edison, yeah, slightly. Who's got better forwards? Salah or Haaland? Haaland. What about defensiveness? John Stones or Van Dijk? I think they're both good. I would say, I don't know which one, but both of them are pretty decent. Copenhagen just blasted it over the bar. You want to keep your head down, man. You just blast into the crowd. Crazy. Who does that?
To play very early on in your career in the Champions League away at the European champions.
Akanji to Rico Lewis. Lewis to Ruben Diaz. Edison. Far left to... I can't even pronounce his name. Rodri Rocket into Kovacic. Oh, it's a great through ball. This could be another goal. We're getting close. Adam, it's gonna be another goal. It's gotta be. Oh my goodness. We just need one more goal to make it 6.
This has been the story of so many of Manchester City's games this season. You look at the pattern of play, you look at where the players
That's
are
all we need is one.
sides. City dominating possession and just looking to try and pick that lock. A low block against them, moving the ball backwards, forwards, sideways, trying to find a way through. And
Ball
so
goes
many
through,
teams play
denied.
against Manchester City. And
We
when they
just
do
got
get
shut
possession
down.
like they have now,
Good tackle by Bob.
This is one back after Lewis had helped him
Oh,
out.
wasted Bob. Why? So many choices.
Those two could end up playing together internationally, Oscar Bob and Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland was open. Bob got greedy, man.
Vavro. This is Dix.
Hey, I appreciate the subscribe. Thank you very much. Our goal is 50 subscribers today. We're at 46. So just 4 more needed. Good defending by Ruben Diaz. Alvarez is on the attack with the counter attack. Erling Haaland is open in the centre.
Now Rodri.
We're not playing Foden. We're resting Foden and Kevin De Bruyne for Sunday's game versus Liverpool.
Diaz. Now Kovacic, who is a 4-time Champions League winner.
it's almost too easy for Manchester City, isn't it, in possession? More than 80% possession already inside the first 20 minutes, 2 goals up. You do fear for Copenhagen that it could be a long night. They've got
Wasted.
now about damage limitations for them.
Again, Haaland clearly open. The through ball was tacky. It was terrible. The quality is not the best, but somehow we're still winning by 5. Crazy.
Had a bad week actually, FC Copenhagen. They lost on Friday night to Midtjylland in a key game that saw their opponents take a 3-point lead at the top of the Danish league. Copenhagen dropped to 3rd. They are the Danish double winners from last season. Already
Their
out of
goalkeeper
the
has like
cup.
a mask on his face.
They must win the Danish Superliga to
He's so-
get back
he's
to the
facially
Champions League
injured.
next season. It's only the top team that
Yeah, he's
qualify.
got fraction on his face, man.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive
And they're still
campaign,
playing him in
very
goal.
well, the group that they were in.
Like, wouldn't you put your assistant goalkeeper on at that point? Why would you risk it? Why would you have your goalkeeper play? That's crazy. Oh, here it is, Kovacic. Man, Kovacic, that's a great ball to Erling Haaland. Oh, that was a great through ball. And he was onside as well.
Kovacic finds him really well. Good ball through to him, but Vavro tracks his runner.
That could have been a goal. That had the potential to be a goal.
These two have met before in a knockout tie in Europe. Copenhagen came from 2 goals down to salvage a draw.
Here we go again.
The Parker.
Haaland. Denied.
It's 15
Corner.
years ago, and it was a very different Manchester City back then. They won another corner.
I tell you what, Adam. This is like the Arsenal game I was watching a couple of days ago. In full control of this game. 100% full control. Giving them very little room to move. You know, we have 80% possession right now. 80%! Which means they have 20% possession.
Manchester United was a huge achievement in itself.
Little short ball in. Corner again.
Rico Lewis.
I think I'm being pretty generous with 6-1, but this could turn into a bloodbath. This could be an 8-1 defeat. The way that they're going, this is turning into an annihilation, man.
Lurking with intent.
Great ball in.
Right.
Goalkeeper, that's got to be a corner.
Push it over the
He got
top.
fingers on it.
Infringements inside the.
Why did the referee not give another corner?
Norwegian referee didn't fancy.
I think he's shot there.
I got to see this again.
I think Alvarez has gone for goal directly from the corner. You look at all the mess in the box there, and the goalkeeper.
See what,
gets
he
distracted
jumps?
in, and after that,
It's like, it's a corner!
Before, I think Alvarez has just thought, I'm going to test you out here.
Adam, he hit the ball with his hand.
Corner there, caused the goalkeeper a problem.
Is this referee blind?
Look at that wrestling going on between Akanji and Ankerson at the far post.
That's a corner referee, you dumbass.
Quick look now on VAR.
Oh,
They did have a little penalty check, but I think.
it's not a penalty, but it's a corner.
Too extensive.
Got his hands on it. Goalkeeper. He hit it out. Oh, this is just... This referee is something else.
Dix.
That's fucking obvious.
Ankerson.
They do see that referees are inconsistent these days, so yeah, it does make sense. Good defending from Rico Lewis.
Akanji. This is Rico Lewis.
Great
This is
ball.
Oscar Bob. Into Akanji again.
They're struggling to get any kind of possession at all, Copenhagen.
Now we're playing the left.
A couple of decent passes at the back, but they really are unable to move through the lines, get the ball forward. You look at Achuri and Elianusi, the two players
Make some
that should
room
be the
for
most
him.
advanced.
There you go.
They're dropping back, almost making it a five-man midfield now.
Here we go. City are coming alive
Total
again.
domination
Here we go.
from Manchester City at this point.
Here we go. And they're pushing strong now. Great ball.
Alvarez. being
Oh,
watched live.
Alvarez. If he
Kicks
would
away.
control that.
I think Haaland will be licking his lips. He has 5 goals in this season's Champions League, level with Atletico Madrid's Antoine Griezmann and Alvaro Morata. Porto's Galeno. Go outright on top of the chart of the goal tonight. On down this near side, the escape from the alert was immediately repelled by Manchester City, who have got them in a bit of a straitjacket.
It's complete one-way traffic, isn't it? Complete dominance by Manchester City. You don't have to look at the possession stats or any of the
Rodri.
stats in the game to see that
It's
Manchester
a
United
great
are
through
in
ball.
Manchester
He's
City in
onside.
complete control.
Here's Bob breaking
Oh,
the lines.
come
They
on.
should return. Breaks kindly for Lewis.
He's open in the middle. Go for it. Rodri again. Far left to Gabriel where his face is.
Back again.
Bob in the centre.
Again, good touch. He's got Haaland at the far post.
Oh, come on. So many choices.
And eventually it's cleared
Haaland was
by
right there.
Copenhagen. But when you say cleared, it just means getting it away from harm's way for a moment, because very quickly it's coming back again. This is Alvarez trying to get in between the two defenders.
No.
Vavro heads it.
We're playing it too long. We need to
This
play
is
the short
Ankerson,
ball.
Smothered by light blue
You know,
jerseys.
we're going for the fancy option, and we just need to play it a little bit more simple.
And again, City in control.
Very good at that, Manchester City, when they're in the mood like this and they've got a game like this. They're used to playing against teams with a low block, and what they do is they ring fence the area very well. So when they do lose possession, they look to get it back very quickly. Copenhagen don't have an out ball. Manchester City win it back within 1 or 2 passes.
Let's take a look
You
at
can see
the
now
chart
dark
now.
blue
We
shirt
are
dropping
67% say
deeper and
yes. Man City will reach 6 goals like Arsenal did. 33% of you say maybe,
March once more.
and nobody says 0.
Tiptoeing forward with Diaz.
No one
then
says no.
Kovacic.
That's crazy. Oh,
Doesn't mean that Pep
Right.
Guardiola gets to rest.
that's Lola.
Speedy
Don't worry about her.
John Stones, who's had his injury problems, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Foden tonight, who's been so important to them recently.
You also wonder how long he's going to be into the game and how many goals that he's set a target in his own mind before he makes changes. I mean, we know how important the Rodri
Lola,
is to
how
this
many
team.
goals is Erling
We know how
Haaland gonna
important
score?
Haaland is to this team. I think it's only going to be a matter of time, whether it's half time or after an hour.
2?
But we see
Okay.
numerous changes from the Manchester City manager. Should it stay like this?
A couple of youngsters on the bench as well tonight, like a Hamilton, Jacob Wright, Sissoko. Kovacic, going to Rodri, now Alvarez far side. Again, they're banked up Copenhagen, trying desperately to repel this Manchester City team. It's like trying to crack a safe at times when teams come here and park 2 banks of 4 in front of that 18-yard box, but
Aaron, who's going to win, Liverpool or Arsenal?
City have the ability to find the code.
Well, that's what they do. They're clever here. They're not afraid to go backwards and sideways, and they try and draw the team out of position. You see the Copenhagen team there now.
Arsenal.
2 strikers, one of them will go and press. The midfielder will come out of position, and then City activate that, and they find the spaces.
Yeah, it's just forcing Lewis a little bit too wide, I think, for his own comfort.
Yeah, that's a goal kick.
It's forced behind, and it's out for a goal kick away to our right.
He just said F off to the
Copenhagen
linesman.
aren't regulars at this stage. This is only the 2nd time in their history that they've made it to the last 16 of the Champions League. They did brilliantly to come through a tough group, but this is a tough test. He knows it.
And I think maybe if you look at his team selection as well, you touched about their league position, how important it is for them to qualify for the Champions League. They've got players on the bench who I think we were both surprised that before the game that they didn't play instead of some of the youngsters. So maybe he has got one eye on a decent performance tonight, come away without being damaged too much in the goal-scoring columns, and then get his full team back ready for the title charge towards the end of the season.
Alvarez. He's got support from Josko Gvardiol. And now Oscar Bob. Trying to weave his way past that tightly packed line. Ankerson gets across. Favreau is there.
I would really like Oscar Bob to score one today.
That's for sure.
He's only got one goal for us this season.
They might need it tonight because they look to be flagging already. They spent so much time without the ball and camped on the edge of their own penalty area. It is disheartening.
And it's one of the hardest things in football when you don't have possession. You're running around chasing the ball, you're chasing shadows. And this Manchester City team, yes, they have got a structure, they've got a way of playing, but in possession they're so fluid. They change positions. Nunez, Alvarez, Bob, Kovacic. There's no set positions when they've got the ball, and it's such a hard way to defend against a team like Manchester City.
Rodri.
It's true, it is.
Pass. Scarson.
You've got to outplay Manchester City if you want to beat them. You've got to anticipate where the ball's going to go to.
Scarves in the air.
You can't let them run rings around you.
Voices.
You can't let them toy with you.
By the end of the night.
You've got to mark them very closely.
He intervenes and nicks Rodri's pass. How long is it before?
That's a great ball. It's going to be another. Oh, wasted.
Not long.
Come on, Bob.
Scott McKenna adds a little bit of poise to the occasion for Copenhagen. And across, bounding forward, comes El Yunusi into the box. Oscarson.
That's a goal. Copenhagen have won. We did say the score prediction would be 6-2, so we're 5-2 right now. That's okay. We're still winning ahead. We're still good.
They came here to see a miracle.
Copenhagen has a long way to go to beat us.
Clawing their way back into the tie might be almost impossible, but they will not go home empty-handed.
Well, it's almost the first time they've crossed the halfway line, and they do a really good job. Elyounoussi is to start with, breaks forward, and you can see the bodies that they've got, and it is the weakness of Manchester City's. We spoke about the weakness that they have. Plays a fantastic 1-2 with Oscarson on the edge of the box, and it's a great finish from Elyounoussi. The first shot on target again for Manchester City. It's been one of their Achilles heels all season long, conceding from the first shot on target. Ederson's had nothing to do all night, but give Copenhagen credit, and Elyounoussi, very direct, got one thing on his mind, great 1-2 on the edge of the box, and it's a really good finish. Opens his foot up, slots it past Ederson, and once again, Manchester City's inability to keep a clean sheet.
It's okay. It's okay. It's just one goal.
Predicament that they have got themselves into far too often, isn't it?
I'm not even worried at this point, people.
A goal from their first shot on target. You mentioned it. I think it's about 13, 14 times that's happened this season.
Well,
there's no way Ederson was going to save that.
I haven't updated it. I think it was 11 from 11, but it's happened 2 or 3 more times since.
Yeah.
And it's been a real weakness of theirs. I mean, look at the dominance. We spoke about the dominance already in this game. And then to be opened up so easily and concede so easily. I mean, I think we spoke about it before, Sam, didn't we, in the first leg? It's okay against Copenhagen because you'll outscore them. But what will better teams do to Manchester City in that case?
Pep Guardiola is not one to worry too much about keeping clean sheets. He worries about the W's, the next to his team's
Exactly.
name.
The win, yeah.
Conceding goals.
The goal difference I
as
couldn't
regularly
give
as
two
they have
shits
this
about.
season will be a troublesome thing as the tournament gets into its more trickier encounters. Be a little bit disappointed, I think. First crafted attack. And a goal for Copenhagen, who have just shown what they're capable of. And they have another opportunity here. Ashuri standing over this free kick, given against City for a foul on Favreau.
Barely touched him. What do you mean a foul? That's petty. Ball goes through.
Towards McKenna, headed away.
Good defending from Manchester City.
Further clear by Kovacic.
Yeah, Ruben Diaz and Kovacic. Copenhagen on the counter-attack. Shut them down. Come on, somebody. Man, their crowd is well up for it today.
They were making the most of their trip to Manchester anyway, but they are certainly revelling in the fact that their team has scored a goal here.
And I think all of a sudden you see there's a newfound confidence. All of a sudden they've realised that they don't have to spend the whole game defending. They can get at Manchester City and they can hurt them.
Ashuri trying to cause problems and chopping onto his right
Good
foot.
defending. Oh my goodness.
Rico
This
Lewis
would go for a dig.
to Vavro, who's encouraged to shoot.
Nothing.
Obliges, but didn't get further than the edge of the penalty area. Back in it goes again. Away by Ruben Diaz. Skabol sends it clear. Picked up by Yeller on this near side. Yeller went on the inside once again, but the offside flag had gone up against Ashuri.
Well, since the goal, they've looked a different team. They've attacked higher up the pitch, they've pressed. This is the one, it's a fantastic 1-2 with Oscarson. Great vision from Oscarson to realise that he's behind him, taps it with his back heel.
I'm going to give Copenhagen some credit here. That was an incredible finish.
Higher up the pitch, they've got a little bit of belief.
They'll just unravel Manchester City's plans a little bit because they're not as comfortable as they were.
True.
33 gone in the game,
True.
5-2 on aggregate. Still got that huge cushion. A night where they felt that they could play with little concern. It's just a little planted seed in the back of their minds now.
A little bit of complacency maybe. It was a little bit too easy, I think Manchester City found it. Didn't believe that Copenhagen could actually get an attack and hurt them, and they did. They showed what pace they've got on the break.
It just shows, doesn't it, how your mindset can be altered once the armour of your opponent has been chinked. Sometimes you can be beaten in the tunnel just by looking across at a more vaulted opponent.
I think you're right, and I think a lot of teams are guilty of that against Manchester City, and it's not until they get into the game and get a little bit of belief that their performance levels change.
Alvarez in behind trying to get a shot away, but Vavro did well to get close to him, stop him from pulling the trigger cleanly.
Oh, some sloppy play from Copenhagen. God, where's Kovacic at, man?
Dix has made a forward run from the centre-half position right up into the middle part of the pitch. It's gone all the way back to Vavro. 10 minutes before half-time. It's a good take by Ashuri. Tunisian, who causes all sorts of danger with his direct style and his ability to drift in from that left-hand side. Yelled. Oh, Yunussi wants it played. Quickly, Ashuri trying
That's
to keep
off.
it in. Just about sufficiently.
Come on,
does that.
referee, come on.
Shuri again. Movement is from Oscarson. Back to Ashuri. Manchester City just on the back foot since the goal. Confidence knocked by the concession of that goal. Oscar Bob is swatted aside by
It's a foul, come
Scott
on.
McKenna, who is penalised by the Norwegian referee.
He's lucky there, McKenna. I think Bob's run into him. I think he's fortunate to get the free kick. See McKenna
Take a
there,
look.
just looking up, trying to get forward. He does hand him off. He just catches
little
him in the
bit.
face with his hand. Looking at the replay now, McKenna just goes past
Yeah,
him,
he did,
just
his hand.
catches him
Yep.
with a stray hand.
That's a foul.
But so much better from Copenhagen. It's amazing what a goal can do for your
What do you mean
confidence.
better from
The
Copenhagen?
pressing
You mean
higher up
fouling?
the pitch, the retaining of possession. They've been a completely different team.
He went like this in his hand, in his head. Clearly a foul, yeah. You gotta see it from a different angle though, yeah? Ruben Diaz with the ball, playing it back from the centre half. With the 1-2 with Kovacic. Kovacic to Rodri. Rodri seeing the far wing of Akanji to the right. Akanji takes possession of the ball, pulls it back into Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz to the left, far side of Kovacic.
Kovacic.
Guardiola with the ball with some nice little tricks. Kovacic looking for the through ball, it looks like. Kanji with Bob. Rico Lewis attaches the ball. Here we go. Come on, release the ball early enough. That's a foul. Foul to Copenhagen.
In his direction. Lewis was the one who was eventually penalised.
Rico Lewis with the slash of the foot.
And that's the area where Copenhagen have done really well.
Rico Lewis needs to chill out in this game.
Yella on the left-hand side and Angus on the right-hand side. Pressing Manchester City higher up the pitch and trying to affect the game higher up, which has forced Oscar Bob and Nunez back in defensive areas where they didn't want to be.
Kovacic. Erling Haaland chasing out
towards
that far side. It's overrun by Favreau.
What is it, Lola?
Serbian, 27 years of age. Difficult defender to get beyond. Dennis Favreau is a muscular, robust centre half. Really at the heart of that Copenhagen defence. Anderson trying to escape on that that far side. Things to ponder for Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, I think the goal will have changed his half-time team talk. I think it will have changed maybe a few ideas he had about substitutions, changing it up a little bit. He'll be pleased the way his team have played because they've dominated the game by one stray attack, which has yet again cost them conceding a goal.
Rico Lewis. Manuel Akanji. Kovacic is darting everywhere. Touch around the corner by Rodri. The first time that he's played a pass which has been uncharacteristically off radar tonight. Kovacic has found Lewis, is coming off the right flank. Nunez. Haaland looking to try and turn, feeding the ball to Alvarez. Alvarez still going.
Real Madrid and RB Leipzig. Current score is 0-0, 0-0. It's a surprise because I would have thought that Real Madrid would have won this. No, I think they should have been at least 1 or 2-0 up.
Rico Lewis playing higher up the field. He's very, very difficult to defend against.
He's another real talent, isn't he, that has come to the fore at the end of last season and throughout this. Hasn't started too many matches in the league, Rico Lewis, but he has certainly racked up the appearances. Lucy rings around the City midfield for a moment. Ibarra's kick out.
He's done well for his team there, Lucy. After his goal of working very, very hard. You see him there in the centre of your screen, dropping into deeper areas to put in a shift for his team.
He's a former Celtic winger who also represents Norway. There's one or two in Jakob Nisbrug's team that represent the same international side as Erling Haaland. Here is Ashuri. Anderson is in an offside position. It's been entertaining first 42 minutes, hasn't it, Paul? Despite the fact that Manchester City opened the scoring inside 5 minutes and looked like they were going to run away with it after 10.
But I think after 10, 15 minutes, we said it's a case of how many tonight for Manchester City. It looked that comfortable. It looked like a training ground exercise at one point. But you look at the performance that Copenhagen have put in since the goal. They've grown in confidence. They've grown into this game. And you're starting to see why now. They went to Bayern Munich, got a 0-0 draw. They went to Galatasaray, they got a 2-2 draw. And they give Manchester United such tough games in both games. You can see that this team, that they're a tough outfit.
Manchester United were very lucky to escape with 3 points from the home game in that match at Old Trafford earlier in the season. They didn't get out of the park with 3, that's for sure. They were beaten in the last minute by Rooney Badaji's late goal. He's on the bench this evening. Two and a half to go before half-time. This is Akanji. Manchester City firmly in control. They lead by 3 goals, 5-2 on aggregate, 2-1 on the night. And they have a free kick here as half-time approaches.
Just clumsy there by Clem, the youngster. Does well, Nunez just get to the wrong side. Clem just leaves a trailing leg out for him to go over.
They went a little nibble at him, didn't they? They were trying to stop him blazing a trail to goal. Alvarez, who's seen a lot of the ball with set pieces tonight, will take this one. Kanji, who's already scored from one of those set pieces this evening, joined by Rodri, Guardiola and Ruben Diaz as they look to construct something special. Pep prowling on the sidelines. Alvarez is delivering. Be away by Ashuri. Going to find Oscarson.
A poor delivery from Alvarez compared to his other deliveries tonight, which has caused Copenhagen goalkeeper and defence a lot of problems.
Nunez. This is Rico Lewis. Now Rodri. A little body's worth to get him out of trouble. Guardiola. Oscar Bob. Kovacic. Quick, sharp, decisive football from Manchester City. Rodri floating it forward. He spotted the gap, and it has to be turned over the top by McKenna because the goalkeeper was flailing again. Nunez was in an offside position.
Fortunately enough for Grabar's an offside position, but it's Rodri showing his quality. Just looks up and he does just stray offside. There's Nunez at the far post, but the goalkeeper gets his position all wrong. Flaps at the ball. Nunez doesn't get a good connection, but he manages somehow to get it up and over the goalkeeper. He's in no man's land.
And Scott McKenna digging his goalkeeper out of a hole. It's going to be 3 minutes of additional time at the end of this first 45 minutes. You'll be delighted that the deficit between the two has not increased. Ashuri. Yellert. There's the heavily decorated Manchester City bench with lots of experience in the front and not so much right on the very end. Phil Foden, 18 goals already this season. Sitting behind his manager, he's joined by the likes of Micah Hamilton and Jacob Wright on that youngsters section. At the back, Kevin De Bruyne and Carl Walker. 30-plus-year-olds who all have have the experience should it be required. I think tonight it's unlikely they'll be used. Their achy limbs will be rested for Sunday's titanic encounter with Liverpool.
Yeah, I think that's the manager's thinking, especially Phil Foden touched them there. And you look at the youngsters and what an example he is for those youngsters, because they're going to tread the same boards that he's done. They're going to try and go down the same path that he's done through the academy and into the first team. And he is probably Manchester City's best player at the moment. So much talk about the England side. Where does he
I would
fit
agree
in?
with that.
But I think you find
Phil
a place
Foden
for
probably
him,
is
and
the
you
best
put a team around him the way that he's
City
playing
player
at
as
the
it
moment, in that
as
good
of
form.
right now. Great ball to Haaland.
Trying to get in here between the two centre halves. He's worked on.
Yes! Haaland! Get in there! Incredible finish by Erling Haaland. Holy crap. We're at 6-2. We are at the score prediction I thought we would be at. This is great news, people. This is great news. Erling Haaland.
But when one has come his way, he has dispatched it with violence.
Yes,
It's
yes.
3-1 on the night.
He just loves scoring goals, doesn't he? It's
That's
that
a
link
brilliant
up
goal.
again
He had
with
3
Rodri.
defenders on him as well.
Fantastic goal by Rodri.
Still
Great strength,
still
great
scored
first touch.
with 2
Holds up
touches.
Yeller. Nothing McKenna can do. He tries to get the block in. Nobody gets pushed off the ball. Too easy, Yeller. McKenna's not close
Great
enough.
finish.
Haaland strikes a little deflection. I think takes it around Grabara.
Ah, brilliant. Through his legs and everything. 6-2, Man City.
Always hurts.
Still have the second half to go. This will turn into an 8-0, 8-2 defeat.
Erling Haaland gets Manchester City's third goal.
Okay, that's it. Half time, people. I'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for voting what you think the score is going to be. Most appreciated. And I'll see you in about 5 to 10 minutes.
El Yunusi gave them hope just before the half-hour mark with a lovely little bit of slick football, but it was never going to be enough to trouble Manchester City, who are cruising through to the quarter-finals of the Champions League once again. Half-time at the City of Manchester Stadium. Manchester City 3-1, 6-2 on aggregate.
What is that?
ผลงานที่น่าจดจำของ True Bangkok United ใน AFC Champions League ปีนี้ล้วนมาจากสปิริตทั้งทีมนักเตะและแรงสนับสนุนจากหลายฝ่ายและโค้ชทศตวรรษศรีปานกุนซือคนไทยคนแรกที่นำแข้งเทพลงสนาม 6 นัดในรอบแบ่งกลุ่มยิง 11 ประตูเก็บ 13 แต้มคว้าแชมป์กลุ่มพร้อมสร้างสถิติแต้มสูงสุดเป็นประวัติศาสตร์ของสโมสรไทยในรายการนี้นับจากนี้ True Bangkok United พร้อมผนึกกำลังสู้ต่อไปเพื่อพิชิตเป้าหมายสูงสุดในวันข้างหน้า
ทุกครั้งที่เดินทางไปต่างประเทศนะครับรายการ AFC Champions League ทีมงานและนักกีฬาทุกคนใช้ True Travel SIM นะครับซิมท่องเที่ยวต่างประเทศสุดคุ้มไม่มีสะดุดมั่นใจเน็ตแรงบนเครือข่ายต่างประเทศที่สำคัญมีสิทธิพิเศษอีกมากมายครับต้องขอขอบคุณ True Corporation นะครับที่ให้การสนับสนุน True Bangkok United อย่างต่อเนื่อง
เ
I'm back. Oh. I am back, people. So yes, right now we are sitting at 6-2. It is a major destruction of Copenhagen. If we could perform this well right now when we go to Liverpool, man, that's going to put us top of the league. It's going to be a game changer, literally. What's the Real Madrid score? It says here 0-0. However, Real Madrid are winning by 1-0. So it looks like they're going to be going through. But it all depends on the second half. Arsenal are not playing right now. Arsenal are playing on the 12th. So they're playing next week.
อาร์เซนอลต้องการชัยชนะเพื่อโอกาสลุ้นแย่งแชมป์ส่วนเบรนท์ฟอร์ดแพ้เป็นรองแต่ขอที่ต่ำใครจะคว้า3แต้มที่สำคัญในเกมนี้ไปได้
Arsenal have Brentford this week for the Premier League. Let's take a look. I'm not too sure about the Arsenal roster, but I'll take a look. Yeah, it's got Arsenal versus Sheffield United, which happened already. You're talking about what's upcoming? Yeah, so for the Premier League, Arsenal have Brentford on Saturday. And Man City, we have Liverpool on Sunday, yeah. Who are Chelsea playing? Chelsea are playing Newcastle on Monday. Spurs have got Aston Villa. Crystal Palace have Luton Town. Wolves have Fulham. I think Wolves will probably win that one. West Ham have Burnley. And Bournemouth have Sheffield United. Bournemouth should win. Don't ask you what the score is going to be, I'm not sure, but I think Bournemouth should win. Okay, looks like they're coming back out now. Back onto the field for the second half of this Champions League game. Manchester City versus Copenhagen. They are playing at the Etihad. Which is the home ground for Manchester City. Pep Guardiola looks very calm and relaxed. Erling Haaland comes out onto the pitch, excited, energetic.
2 years, Manchester City drew 0-0 in Copenhagen. 5-0 here was the scoreline when they met last year. 3-1 in the first leg of this tie. Apart from that meeting in Copenhagen when the group was settled, it's a fixture that has tended to feature goals. We do have a half-time substitution. Sergio Gomez is coming on for Rodri. It will mean a bit of a shift around in the back line for Pep Guardiola's
I haven't really
team.
watched Sergio Gomez that
To
much.
Sergio Gomez.
However, he's fairly decent. He's a good player.
Appearances have been few and far between this season.
From the stats wise. I haven't seen him physically play, so today's going to be the first kind of game we've seen him.
More goals in the second half.
Alright, here we go. Kick off.
Manchester City's point of view, that's what they
Manchester
wanted
City
do.
to kick
I
off.
think the importance for him was just that goal before half-time that give him the opportunity to take Rodri off. We know Manchester City's record with and without Rodri. The difference is incredible what he makes to that team and the importance that he has in Pep's starting 11. With one eye on the weekend, that change, not surprised at all.
Erling Haaland is now the Champions League's top scorer. I wonder whether the idea of winning the Golden Boot is one of the reasons that we've seen him tonight, while we have seen him at the start of the second half here, with Manchester City keen not to make too many errors, and they've made an early one. It's an opportunity of Froholt, but he is smothered by
I don't know what Kovacic was doing. He easily gave the ball away.
Fortunately so for Edison, whose blushes are spared.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen Edison do that, is it? A little lapse in concentration with a bad ball out, and he's cost his team a couple of times this season already.
I don't think it's Edison's fault,
really
though.
well tracked his runner and gets his goalkeeper out of a spot of trouble.
That was a piss poor pass by Kovacic that's got us into a sticky situation. You guys already know that I'm not a huge fan of Kovacic. I kind of am, I'm kind of not. I'm on the fence with him.
This is Guardiola. He's moved into the centre alongside Ruben Diaz. And Kanji out to that wide right position. I think Rico Lewis will fill in alongside Kovacic in midfield.
And Oscar Bob there, just in his familiar left-hand side, just dropping a little bit deeper. They're so good, Manchester City. They've got players who can play in any position. Spoke about it in the first half, how fluid they are. And you see them popping up all over the pitch. They'll start in a formation at kick-off, but when they're in possession, they really do interchange, like no other team.
He's always had that fascination, hasn't he, with turning fullbacks into midfield players. Pep Guardiola. Position that started with Philipp Lahm, I think, when he was at Bayern Munich. Certainly made it work for him with Zinchenko previously. Young Stones doing the job last year,
Lola.
adding an extra body in midfield when they're building up the play. Rico Lewis did it well in the first half, now he's coming from a more natural position.
Well, that inverted fullback role is becoming more and more common, isn't it? Not just at Manchester City, but we see many other teams doing it. And when you look at the quality that Manchester City have in possession, to give them that extra body, to give them that extra person in midfield when in possession, it's a real weapon that they have.
Guardiola leads, others do follow.
Well, this was the Edison mistake again. Just see him there. Just
Okay, actually, now I see the replay. Edison did do a tacky.
Edison tries to thread a pass on. It wasn't really on the pass to be put through the hole. He tried to get it through, and Kovacic did really, really well in covering his goalkeeper's mistake.
Yeah, Kovacic kind of did cover it up a little bit.
Casual start by Edison at the start of the second half. Kovacic finding Oscar Bob. Sergio Gomez once again. This near side, on 4 of his starts this season have come in cup competitions. He was actually in the Spain under-17 team the night that Phil Foden was part of the England side that won the under-17 World Cup under Steve Cooper. Sergio Gomez.
They're resting Kyle Walker too. Pep's resting Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish, Doku, Phil Foden.
The young man that's achieved
big
so
list.
much in his career, the glittering array of awards, trophies, medals already. You wonder what he will go on to achieve.
I remember being in the bar at Stamford Bridge the night he was in the Manchester City team that lost the Youth Cup final He wasn't interested in his runners-up medal. That got tossed to one side. His mum was telling a story at the time, actually, that he's always been the kind of kid that just discards those runners-up medals. He's only interested in gold.
And I think that in itself gives you an indication of to the type of mentality that the young man has.
And it goes to El Yunusi, harassed by Kovacic, feeding Haaland, turning and trying to pull the trigger once again. He's kept it alive. Initial effort was blocked. This is Nunez. Kovacic, who's now got greater responsibility now that Rodri has departed the scene. Vardiol. Sergio Gomez.
So dangerous, Haaland, isn't he? I mean, he goes through games where he has such quiet spells. He just loves scoring goals. You can tell that as soon as the ball comes near him or the ball's around the box, he just comes to life. And you can imagine these type of games, he's asking his manager to play. He wants to score goals. He wants to break records. But in the first half, he had a particularly quiet first half. No real opportunities. Till right at the end, gets an opportunity, holds two players off and finds the back of the net.
I think you do wonder whether or not he will be protected. The international break is looming. Before that, Liverpool and Newcastle United await for Manchester City. Liverpool in the Premier League, Newcastle in the quarterfinals of the domestic FA Cup. The international break is followed by...
Does anybody use Just Eat? Isn't that like the equivalent of Grubhub?
They've got a big couple of
Because we
weeks
get
of
Uber
Manchester
Eats out
City.
here.
I
Is it the same
at
as
Liverpool
Just
away,
Eats?
I mean, they're playing a Brighton team who are very, very unpredictable, but we know they're good at home.
I'm in America
And then
right now, so
Arsenal at home, Liverpool and
that's the
Arsenal,
best that we got, is
with Brighton in
Grubhub and
between.
Uber Eats.
I mean, there's a couple of title deciding games right there, and then obviously, should this finish as we're expecting it to, the quarterfinals of the Champions League to look forward to as well.
Crystal Palace and Villa on the horizon too. Here is Oscar motoring forward. Gomez into Kovacic. Sergio Gomez again. Again, that low block tightly packed on the perimeter of the penalty area. Copenhagen almost challenging
terrible
Manchester
pass
City
to
to
Bob.
find a route to goal.
There was no chance he was getting that. Gomez needs to step it up. Guardiola receives it, gets it back, plays on, the referee says, into the middle with Alvarez.
Alvarez.
Go on. Oh, come on, no one's there to support him.
Did lose it to Ashuri.
Copenhagen were on the counter-attack.
Speeding away. Miller went on beyond him into an advanced position, but he couldn't find the pass. El Yunusi's got it now.
It's been a good outlet, Elias Ashuri for Copenhagen. When they get the ball, they look to him. He works very hard. He has got them out of dangerous situations, run into areas where they've been able to hold on to some possession.
Sometimes you've got to do that, haven't you? You've got to take the pressure off your defence. You've got to buy them a little bit of breathing time.
And I think you going away to Manchester City set up the way that they have. That's been one of his...
Kovacic,
roles,
he's lost it.
Done that. You can see in possession, he's got pace, he understands his job. And he understands his job that he has to be one of the front men as well. When they're in possession, he has to give his team an option.
Guardiola doesn't make too many changes in games, but tonight his consideration stretches to Sunday and that visit to Anfield, a Premier League game of great significance. March is a defining month.
Oh, that's a great pass to the right wing.
I don't think we'll see Pep quite that relaxed and in his dugout, in his technical area this weekend, as he was just then in your picture.
Very rare that you see him that relaxed. I think he's been relaxed tonight. And he hasn't been relaxed actually for quite some while. They haven't had the best of seasons, Copenhagen. They did very well actually towards the back end of last season, came through the pack and won the title. And they're going to need to
They're playing the best team in the world. There's no surprise they've lost here.
So after winning the double last season, they set themselves such high standards, and to not win the league this season and qualify for the Champions League would be seen as a step back for them. And I think after the result at the weekend, they've dropped down to third in the table.
They have only 3 points off the top, but they are 15 times domestic champions, 7 times runners-up, 9 times Danish Cup winners. The most decorated club in Denmark, and they are ranked as the best Scandinavian club in Europe. Alvarez with another set piece. Diaz up from the back. Captain's armband strapped to his bicep.
Free kick to City, goes in the box.
Almost came through to Diaz. It's Sergio Gomez with a hit.
Strike from Gomez, nothing.
It's blocked by Scott McKenna.
Deep line again from Copenhagen. We know the quality that Alvarez has got in his delivery. It was a very deep defensive line.
Nunez allowed to travel some distance. Alvarez with the
Ball
cross.
goes in to Haaland. Straight to the back with Godiel.
Godiel backing him up.
Godiel to Rico
Towards Bob
Lewis,
by
possibly? No.
Sergio Gomez.
Bob.
Cavro.
Ball goes out.
Sight of that. Did look like that was going out for a corner.
Still, it is a corner.
Oh,
it's a throw-in.
corner, Manchester
Okay.
City. I think he's got away with one there, Barbaro.
They
He's
went over
looking
the
at
line.
Assistant referees on the
His
far side
referee
of
is a
the
little bit
field.
iffy. Great ball to Haaland. Again, another ball to Haaland. Plays it back to Kovacic.
Nunez. Rico Lewis.
Just go for a dig, man. Just go for a strike. You might as well. They're in shooting range. They might as well go for a long ranger, man. Try it. Go ahead. Copenhagen's keeper isn't that good. He's all
Kovacic
right.
again. Godiel. Keeping hold of the ball well. Former Leipzig centre half, who joined in the summer to bolster this Manchester City team. And not a defence really, it's a defence which often comprises of 4 big centre halves. There are 5 of them that get rotated with Kyle Walker in and out of the team. Many of them able to play in multiple positions.
It's good defending from Copenhagen. Closing those spaces down.
More changes.
Double marking Haaland,
First change of the night
like they should.
for Copenhagen. Rooney Badaji comes on for Elias Ashuri. And the second change, Matson coming on. And he's going to replace Victor Froholt. His Champions League debut comes to a premature end.
Yeah, Matson's one I would have expected to start had he been fully fit. He was one that I was surprised was left out of the starting lineup. Played in the first leg, an integral part of the Copenhagen team this season. Was surprised he was left out of the start 11. Badaji as well, their leading goal scorer, got 19 this season. Does carry a goal threat.
Not just a goal threat, he is certainly attracting a little bit of attention from some of the Premier League's big hitters, linked with a move possibly in the summer.
So close to the quarterfinals. I can smell the quarterfinals right now.
Here's Gomez.
No one's there.
That's a dangerous ball, which...
Yeah, great ball through. No one on the receiving end.
Alvianusti trying to clear. Oscarson. Matson, who scored in the Parken against Manchester City. Alvianusti. Ankerson. This is Rooney Badaji. Rooney Badaji, who asked the kitman to put Rooney on the back of his jersey because he thought that Badaji was too difficult for the Copenhagen fans to say. So just rolling the dice in the second half.
What is it?
Even more possession in the second half than they had in the first to Manchester City. We're only 15 minutes into it. Kovacic, Alvarez. He got tight to him.
I think the thing is what Manchester City do with that possession. It's all too easy for them at the moment. They're not overstretched. Almost, they're quite happy just to see this game out, and you kind of get a feeling now, coming up to the hour mark in the game, that both teams wouldn't actually be too disappointed if the game ended now. Copenhagen, they're not going to come back from a 6-2 deficit. They don't want to concede any more goals, and Manchester City want to get to the weekend without any injuries and come through the game. It's almost, there's a little bit of a lull feeling.
Escobar into Alvarez, space to run into for him. He's got help outside him from Matthias Nunez. Going on is Rico Lewis, who wanted the ball played a little bit earlier. Matthias Nunez just keeping hold of it, probably a little bit too long. Akanji, Kovacic, Akanji again, now Diaz.
Possession's so comfortable for Manchester City in front of Copenhagen.
Crisp, short, sharp passing. Tires the opponents out, manipulate the ball so well, Manchester City. Patient, not desperate or urgent.
And concentrated with players that area the pitches.
It's congested, but they still keep finding a light blue jersey every time.
This is what they do, and they'll move the ball quick and they'll try and pull players out of position, and that's where they try and break the lines and get in behind.
I'm really seeing no chances right now. It looks like Manchester City are just playing the ball around, keeping possession,
Copenhagen can remember the last time they touched the ball.
I was going to say, that must be about 50
and
passes.
keeping control of the game. It's just very...
They haven't gone anywhere, though.
Man on?
They've gone backwards, not
The wrong way.
forwards.
The wrong way.
Oh, it's a terrible pass.
They've given it away here.
Guardiola, what the hell was that?
I'm just trying to find Oscarsson.
Yeah, that could have been a chance for Copenhagen.
That's where you have to be a little bit careful that you're not overconfident.
You can see what he's doing there, Dennis Vavro. Manchester City again, a little bit complacent, masters of their own downfall. Vavro does well, and you can see what he's trying to do. Just try and put it into Oscarsson there, just in front of him. Pep knows. He knows that his biggest threat is his own team.
And they gained so much confidence and encouragement from that winning the Champions League last season. It emboldened them. They haven't been perfect this season, Manchester City, but they weren't perfect last season, actually, until they needed to be in the second half of the campaign, when they went on a frightening run. And their recent form has certainly been nothing short of imperious. There's always a frown or a raised eyebrow when they drop a point in the Premier League, but for the large part that is a rarity. City fans joining in with a light display from their mobile devices. Either that or maybe some of the lighting's gone out at the top of the stand.
We saw a fabulous light show before the game, didn't we? A very impressive pre-match show put on by Manchester City.
For what?
Referee just halting the game here.
This referee just... he's kind of all over the place a little bit. Inconsistent, isn't he?
I think somebody's put one on for Copenhagen so they can have a go as well.
Possibly time wasting, who knows? There's a free kick given there.
Nunez trying to get away. The alert with the challenge, which gives the free kick for Manchester City. John Stone's about to be introduced. Another one that could add poise. Composure, stepping out of defence and into midfield.
Interesting to see who he comes on for and where he plays, whether he slots into the back four or whether he comes on for Kovacic in that midfield role.
Well, you would envisage that he would be involved at the weekend against Liverpool, John Stones. Certainly has produced a couple of stellar performances in recent weeks. This is Oscar Bob. Finds Haaland just about. Some of the passes that Manchester City play are quite astonishing, even in those tight areas. Rico Lewis, who is often
85% possession by Man City.
resistant, just has this ability to
Insane.
pick out a pass, even
Stats,
if the
man.
route to its receiver seems
It's
to be
amazing.
squished so tight that it's almost impossible to get it through. Kind of steps across Nunez.
It's the quality of Manchester City, but the individual quality they've got, but the cohesion and understanding that they've got as a team. You can see the identity that they have and the way that they must train to be able to play the way that they do when it comes to game day.
This is Rudy Badaji. Yella joining the attack for Copenhagen. Elianusi. Badaji. Feeling as if there was an opportunity here, and Maatsen
Great save from Edison.
forces Edison into another save. And he rippled the net in Copenhagen.
There couldn't have been a better chance for the
He's
Copenhagen to
tested the
score.
reflexes of the Brazilian goalkeeper
And
here.
they still couldn't score. That just tells you everything about our defence, our
It
goalkeeper.
was a smart save by the Brazilian, and it had to be.
It's a decent save by Edison, but Maatsen should really score. The two substitutes, Badaji and Maatsen, coming together. And Maatsen finds himself in space, just inside the box. Gets a decent strike at Edison with pace, but he should put it to either side of him. He should do better.
It was a good opportunity, wasn't it?
Yeah, again, it just shows Manchester
People,
City's
smash that subscribe
frailties
button, please.
defensively at times.
Nearly at
Where
50,000
does that come
subs.
from?
I hate to do the
Also
TikTok
easy,
route
isn't
where
it?
you're just
But I
begging
mean,
for subs,
it's not
but
a one-off tonight. We've seen
we
that
really
all
need to get to
season with
1,000
Manchester
subscribers.
City. We talk about
And
the
I,
title race, we talk
being
about
at only
Arsenal,
46 is
Liverpool,
not
the
enough.
title race for Manchester City.
It's too
City
small,
have conceded
so-
the most goals out of all three
You know, we're
teams,
watching Man
and it's
City
been a
here, we're not
problem that
watching
they've had all
fucking
season.
Thatcham Tornadoes
Too many
or
bodies forward
your local
because
soccer team or
they have
football
so
team.
much
We're
of
watching
the
a
ball,
fucking world-class team here.
They're caught napping when there
We
is
should
a
have way more
turnover
people
of
in there.
possession.
I think that's what it is. I think it's the turnover of possession. I think it's the speed that teams actually do turn over possession and get at Manchester City. This is the example here. It's Elianusi again. He just runs into a Kanji. But it's the two substitutes there. Badaji does really well, gets into Maatsen. And Maatsen's just got to put it either side of Edison. Edison does really well, stands up and makes the save.
John Stones coming on for Ruben Diaz.
Diaz.
That's a good substitution, I think. That's the right move.
Second change of the night.
Give John Stones a little run around, you know. Take off the armband, give the captain armband over to John Stones.
John Stones, who himself has been struggling with a little bit of
Decent player.
injury.
Very
over the
good
course of the
centre
season.
midfield-
Restricted
centre
to just
defender.
20 appearances this campaign. Oscar Hoyland also on this time. He replaces Oscarson. Andreas Cornelius comes on as well. I think
Andreas
saw that,
Cornelius.
Clem was replaced.
City's any good.
Here's the corner.
You never know what you got until it's game time.
It's a good delivery, and Cornelius
nothing.
coming in at the back post almost caused problems with his first touch of the game. Oscar Hoyland, who is the brother of Manchester resident Rasmus. his back throw. He's miscontrolled it. Atkinson has picked up the pieces.
You know what? Like Copenhagen are passing the ball around as if they're the team that's 6-1 or 6-2 up.
Madsen.
They started pushing forward.
To have been a useful buy for NEC Nijmegen in the January transfer window. Madsen. Kanchi managing to steer the ball clear when Cornelius was the intended target. They have just stepped off the pace, Manchester City.
Copenhagen have looked better since the substitutions. Matson and Badaji have come on and they've combined to create the chance, and they do look like they've got more forward. They see the manager there trying to press higher up. They want some compact and he wants some pressing higher up the field.
They could try all they want, it's not enough.
The last 5 to 10 minutes.
20 minutes to go.
I mean, that's an incredible stat, isn't it? 604 passes for Manchester City.
We've got 20 minutes still to play.
I really wish it was just time already, because we've got 6 goals, they've got 2. There's 20 minutes left.
20 minutes left.
It takes its toll. Mentioned in the first
They're nowhere getting 5
I
goals.
suppose looking at Manchester City's home form is pretty frightening.
It's not going to happen.
They scored 14 goals without conceding at home in last season's
Not with this team that they have out.
Are unbeaten in 29 home European matches before tonight. Last time they lost a game was at home match day 1, 2018. And Lyon beat them by 2 goals to 1. And they've won 21 of the last 22 here, with the exception of a 0-0 draw against Sporting in last year's round of 16. But they'd already won the first leg on aggregate by 5 goals to 0. They are imperious. The Etihad is a fortress that is very rarely breached. There's a problem on the far side, for which attention is required. Matthias Nunez, who's already been down once,
His finger.
has broken his finger.
That's not a nice one. That is a goalkeeping injury.
And that was quite some sight, and I do apologise if you saw that and were a little bit discomforted. Feel sorry for Matthias Nunez, who certainly is in discomfort now. You know what it's like to break a digit in those circumstances.
Yeah, when you look down and it's not pointing in the direction it's supposed to be, it's not very nice.
Oh,
because
shit.
you know what's going to have to happen.
Nunez just broke his finger.
Back into the right place, which is what they'll be going through as we speak now. It's not a nice one. It's quite painful. I think it was just when he fell. I don't think it was the tackle or the challenge. He's obviously fallen awkwardly, and he's picked up a nasty injury.
And they're going to make a change here. Manchester City immediately to get him off.
Maybe just waiting for the medical staff report just before he makes a substitution.
He's trying to get the instructions on before he brings on Micah Hamilton. Hamilton, who scored on his Champions League debut, was a ball boy at the Etihad Stadium as recently as September 2017. Still yet to make his Premier League debut, but this is another appearance in the Champions League for the 20-year-old.
And it is Nunez who's going to come off.
Oh yeah, his finger's wrapped up.
His magic already. They're all back to normal.
I don't think they're back to normal. They're just pointing in the right direction, which they certainly were a few moments ago. They'll take no chances with him. He's coming off, and Micah Hamilton is on.
That's the difference with that type of injury, though, for an outfield player. If that's his goalkeeper, if that's Edison, he's missing for a good few weeks after that.
I don't even think I want to... Oh!
Fortunately for Nunez, he'll be able to play the weekend. I mean, that's it.
Oh, hold
completely,
on.
you know.
Yeah, I see his finger move, like...
He's just a slip and he puts his hand down.
Oh, that just makes my fingers, like, feel bad right now.
Really unfortunate one.
Ah, just thinking about that.
That's a painful one.
Ouch. Oh, man, Nunez, no.
As you can see, another product of this fabled Manchester City Academy. strolling onto the pitch at the Etihad Stadium. So often great academies produce these talents and we don't see enough of them, but at Manchester City we've been lucky enough to be treated to quite a few over the years. Liverpool producing players galore at this moment in time. It's a positive for English domestic football.
It's crazy how we're resting our team in a Champions League game. That just tells you everything about Manchester City right now.
Big clubs now, the foundations that they're built on. It's not all about the first team, it's about producing for the first team. It's about putting down solid foundations.
We're resting our key players. Well, not all of them, but some of them.
Certainly see that at the moment at Liverpool.
Going to play a Premier League game next.
City as well.
It's a cross from Ankerson, which went sailing through the
It's
area.
crazy.
Moyland. Al-Yunusi. Chance to
Good
cross from the
defending.
left-hand side by Yellert. Still behind by Akanji.
Akanji with the defence.
15 to go, 3-1 to Manchester City. The score has not been advanced in this second half.
Corner kick to Copenhagen.
In the first 45 minutes, one of those from Haaland happening right at the very end of that first period. And the goal on the stroke of half-time.
Corner.
Here's the corner, floated to the far post. El-Yunusi into McKenna.
Edison save.
Dix. And was grabbed by Edison.
Good.
As well, El-Yunusi around the far post. Decent delivery, catches Manchester City out. Not looking for goal, literally looking to put it back across the 6-yard box. Decent header, McKenna tries to help it on. It's all just too much of a close proximity.
Very congested Manchester City penalty area. Well, every year, Pep Guardiola says Premier League and the Champions League get harder and harder. One of his great achievements really has been keeping his side honest and focused, not wandering off the path. Times Nunez explaining his injury to his teammates.
I think he just said, well, it went that way.
Moyland and El-Yunusi getting themselves into a bit of a tangle. Here's Matson again. And he certainly looked the most likely across both legs of this encounter.
No chance.
Matson and Badaji again. Matson cuts inside.
No chance it was going to
There's
go
a
in.
good one too.
Side play really should have gone up there. Final change for FC Copenhagen. And off comes Elias Yellert and on comes Berger Melling.
They can make all the changes in the world. I don't think it's going to make any impact. They've got 13 minutes to pull off 5 goals. It's not going to happen.
The corner has been given. And Haaland almost slid it into his own net. Matson. Dix comes back to Badaji and then to El-Yunusi.
Blasted away with the bar.
Under control.
Not even close.
Again, it's Manchester City defensively causing themselves problems from such a simple corner. And this is the opportunity where Badaji just takes a swipe at it from the edge of the box. Tries to hit it on the half volley, just makes a mess of that, and he comes to El-Yunusi, lifts it over the goal, doesn't hit the target.
In Copenhagen, they do not have quality. It's just not there.
Country drawing the foul after being harassed by Matson.
Done well since he's come on, Matson. He's been at the
They've
heart
got
of
decent
everything that
players,
Copenhagen
but they don't
done
have
well
quality
in this second
players.
half. And again, I'm surprised that he didn't start the game, him and Badaji.
Well, he scored 19 goals in 71 league matches for NEC Nijmegen in the Eredivisie. He was taken by Copenhagen at the end of January. He's already scored 2 goals for his new club. He's only had a handful of appearances, not 5 yet. integrated very well into the team, and there's high hopes that he will be a star for them of the future. He's only 24 years of age. This is Rico Lewis. Sergio Gomez, the two fullbacks going into midfield to make things happen.
Been very, very comfortable for City in the second half, hasn't it? They've played well within the self. They haven't had to come out of second gear, really.
Too testing ahead of what is a couple of big fixtures before the international break and a couple of big fixtures after the international break for a Manchester City team that are still focused on winning three big prizes. Possibility of a double treble still on the horizon. Be a lot of fixtures to negotiate between now and the end of the season if that is to be their goal. Skipper sprinting down that right-hand side now. Managing to reach it. Goes out of play and away for a goal kick to Copenhagen. This boy's having fun.
Thought they'd spotted you up there in the crowd, Sam.
Lucy trying to turn. Kanji
Nice
showing
defending from
his,
Akanji.
talent and strength. I spoke to him recently, actually, Manuel Akanji, and asked him how he viewed the rest of the season. Bearing in mind he is a genius mathematician, I thought he'd give me some sort of percentage chance of Manchester City returning all three trophies. But he rather boringly suggested that he was taking each game one at a time.
A very well practiced answer, and I think where Manchester City are, I think that's all they can do. I mean, they're competing on so many fronts again, and every single game is crucial to them.
He is a man who you could ask what 47 times 53 is, and he would give you an immediate answer.
Unlike present company.
I could do it with a calculator. Cornelius. Manchester City can keep their record of never losing to a Danish side since defeat to Midtjylland 1-0 in the old UEFA Cup back in 2008. That was a good 16 years ago now. Lots changed in East Manchester in the last 16 years. Banners around the ground say nights we will never forget. There's been a few of those in the intervening period. This is Cornelius helping it on to Maatsen. Badaji's at the far post. Maatsen's going to go in alone here. It's a good block back by Rico Lewis. Still not dead.
Jesus, take it easy.
Cornelius
Yellow card's coming out.
Too aggressive with his challenge on Akanji. That's going to be a yellow card.
Cornelius, shame on you. Akanji's down, holding his leg. Look like his calf muscle's been ripped.
Copenhagen on the break. Cornelius does well, sees Maatsen, it's Maatsen again. Gets another opportunity, cuts inside. There is holes in this Manchester City defence. We have seen them concede goals.
Yeah, oh shit.
Cornelius there, just a little bit overzealous.
Way too late.
Just as Akanji's trying to clear it, he's got his eyes focused on the ball. It's just an unfortunate one, just catches Akanji as he kicks through the ball.
If you are Liverpool and you're thinking about the weekend, are you spotting gaps that you will be able to exploit?
Absolutely you are. I mean, you look at the Manchester City goals against column this season, and that itself tells a story. And you look at where Liverpool is.
Another academy player coming on from
yes,
Man City.
They do concede goals as well, but
He looks like he's 19.
are in the final third of the field.
Jesus
With
Christ,
Mo
what are we
Salah
going to... Was this going to be
returning
all
this week,
the academy players
it'll be
playing now?
something that will be very pleasing for Jurgen Klopp.
So we can rest up our main squad? That's what it seems like.
Manchester City getting an extra day.
We're still
rest
dominating
for that
6-2.
game because Liverpool involved
Insane.
in action in Prague.
I can't even believe this right now. It's insane, people.
The UEFA Europa League.
I mean, what do you expect? Yeah, it's Man City, but
Really
geez.
benefit for Pep Guardiola's team.
And that's,
Oh, rookies are taking on the Copenhagen veteran team. It's just like
Pep Guardiola tonight. I suspect that
pretty
will
cool
be
to see.
a very changed up Liverpool side. Well, they say changed, but as much as he can.
And Copenhagen is
with
still not
the
able to
squad that
score.
He's got available to him.
I was going to say, there's not too many changes you can make at this moment in time because they are bereft of a number of key players because of injury. Sergio Gomez. Final 5 minutes of the game. Connection from Alvarez. This is Guardiola. John Stones wearing that captain's armband now for Manchester City.
It's almost like they haven't felt the need to venture too far forward, is it? Manchester City haven't felt the need to overstress themselves. Haaland, you can hardly remember talking about him in the second half. They've had so much possession again. It's been so comfortable and easy for them.
Kovacic. Bit of space for Alvarez. Trying to thread it through to Haaland once again. Favreau steps in.
Definitely
Gomez
an
wins
easy
it
win.
back. Manchester City turning over quickly. Haaland, as soon as that ball was won back when they entered the final third, he just came alive again.
We'll definitely go through to the
initially just starting
quarterfinals, there's
to
no
look
doubt.
back.
He does, and that's the way that he plays. You look at him, as soon as the ball comes near him in that area and he gets the sight of the goal or a hint that there might be an opportunity, he does spring to life.
I say he was very good at conserving his energy and using it in the right moments.
Work clever.
81 goals in 85 games tells you that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Gomez. Bob. I want to bring on another substitute in Jacob Wright in the next few moments here, Manchester City, but they can't do that unless the ball goes out of play.
It's a procession now, it really is, isn't it?
Well, it's been like that for a little while, hasn't it? I mean, I know that Copenhagen have had a bit more of the ball, tried to fashion the odd chance, but you've always had the feeling that if Manchester City needed to put their foot on the accelerator.
And I think after conceding two very, very early goals, for Copenhagen still to be only 3-1 down at this stage, I think the manager will be pleased with the performance that his side have put in, albeit that Manchester City haven't really pressed them.
3 minutes to go, everybody.
Go and try and score more goals at 6-2. I mean, the second half has been very, very comfortable for City.
Here comes the change, and Jacob Wright, who made his debut in the third round of the FA Cup against Huddersfield, is coming on for Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland's coming
His
off.
sixth goal of the season in the Champions League, the top scorer in this competition now. It's replaced by
Jacob Wright.
Jacob Wright, a Champions League debut for him. 18 years of age.
18 years old, not 19. Wow.
He's the 29th academy graduate to have made a debut under Pep Guardiola. He went to Saudi Arabia with them for the Club World Cup. Pep's advice before he brought him on
See how
for
he
his
does.
debut against Huddersfield was, don't give it away and you'll be all right.
I think that's the Manchester City motto, isn't it? And
I don't think there's enough time to test him. We've got like a minute and a half left. I'd have liked to see more of Jacob Wright.
I think in the early part of the season, he was concentrating on becoming a member of the EDS squad after a good season with the under-18s last year. And actually, the idea of being part of the first team squad was never something that was on his radar for this year. But when he got dragged across to take part in first team training, he was sufficiently impressive for Pep Guardiola to include him and start taking a look at him. Took him to the Middle East. The shot comes in from Ankerson, which is about 4 or 5 yards wide of the upright that Edison was looking at.
Doesn't quite catch it, Ankerson, but again,
I think it was a deflection,
repeat
wasn't it?
myself, it's Manchester City who give away possession.
Possibly
They're
a deflection off John
in comfortable
Stones.
possession,
No, he didn't give it. Oh, okay.
sacrifice
Okay.
possession, lose possession, and cause themselves the problems.
Rico Lewis, nice play. Come on, referees, holding him back. Yeah, yellow card, Maatsen. Get out of here.
I like him. He's done really well since he's come
You're
on.
obstructing
He's made a
play, man.
difference.
What do you think this is?
A little bit of energy,
Hockey.
zest into the attacking play, combative, got close to people, won tackles, and he's made things happen.
They've had more of the ball tonight than they did in the first leg. 25% possession in the first leg of this competition. Second leg has been slightly more sedate, less rambunctious than the first game in the park 3 weeks ago. Manchester City have impressed, they've flexed, they've looked as if they are in control. There have been moments where others might have sniffed weaknesses and taken advantage.
That's it. Injury time now. 2 minutes. And 40 seconds.
Gomez is going to get there ahead of Favreau. There is a chance for 4-on-3 here in Manchester City's favour. With Micah Hamilton coming through the middle.
Micah Hamilton, what was that?
Maybe just run it a little bit too close at the Copenhagen defence. Still alive on the edge of the box. Digs away. Ankerson being wrestled to the ground. He's going to win a free kick. Just lacked a little bit of composure in the final moments.
Yeah, he does well there, Mike Hamilton. He gets the ball here, and it just seems to open up for him, and he gets a sight of goal.
I don't know why he
Just
even
his
went.
last
He
touch
should have
goes
pulled it
out
back
his
for
feet,
the
puts it too
centre.
close to the defender.
Why did he even
Not
go for
quite
the...
able to get his shot off.
Doesn't even know what he's trying to do there.
City about to qualify for a 7th straight quarter-final. 8th overall in this competition. About to stretch their unbeaten run to 22 European games without defeat.
10 in a row. Joining very elite company tonight.
Yes.
Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, the only other 2 teams to win 10 in a row.
In Champions League history.
Champions League history. An elite group.
Quite been a 10 out of 10 performance, but it's been impressive enough, sufficient enough to see off Copenhagen. Here is Rico Lewis with a deflection.
Oh!
Comes off the bar.
Off the crossbar from Rico Lewis.
And there was no one there to...
Oh, if that would have gone in, it would have been great.
Disappointment for the young man.
That's okay, because it would have...
On his own.
We need to keep my score prediction of 6-2, which it is.
Like you
So
said,
I would like to be
Champions
right
League,
versus that goal go in.
out of nothing. Yes, he got a deflection, but he was unlucky to get the
The goals are great. So it's still 6-2 to Manchester City.
Kovacic has got it lost under his feet. Hoyland. Sent forward into the path of El Yunusi. Maatsen is outside him. El Yunusi
Way
fancies his
over.
chances.
There's no chance.
Neil is never really troubling Edison from that
Awful
sort of
shot.
range.
Ooh, Rico Lewis should have had
Just see
that.
a strike, get a deflection there. It's a chance that he
Because he
creates
got
himself,
deflected,
the
is that
youngster.
it? Yeah,
Gets
deflection.
a decent strike, and he gets a deflection, loops it up and over Grabara.
So close, hit the bar,
It's an
man.
interesting scenario when you see that again and you see the involvement of Jacob Wright and his popped pass into midfield which starts that move. He's a deep lying central midfield player. One for the future.
That's it. Time is up, people. 6-2 to Manchester City. We are through to the quarter-finals. Yep, quarter-finalists. And thank you guys for subscribing today. Thank you for showing up. Most appreciated. And if you are new, just showing up, subscribe, please. See you in the next one where we play Liverpool versus Manchester City this Sunday. See you later. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye.